Sanibonani, football lovers. Welcome to Sportibong. Sikamalambong inkosi. Thembeni kahle niyaphila emakhaya. I want to talk about Amajimbos, the history makers. The first under 17s to qualify to the knockout stages. If I'm not mistaken, I think they are the first group to win their opening game in the World Cup. I stand to be corrected there if I've made a mistake, but I think we are not giving credit enough to the people that are responsible for our youth teams to be where they are now. People like Abo Walter Stenbock, the coaches, also the clubs that these players are coming from. Because we know the importance of youth structures in their respective clubs, especially most players that are coming from Orlando Pirates, Kaizer Chiefs, Mamelodi Sundowns, SuperSport United, I think ngoba seyivaliwe, Stellenbosch FC, because those are the clubs that are making sure that they enhance the raw talent from these players so that they can become our end product. The reason we see them flourishing in these tournaments, it is because of what they have been introduced to high facility trainings whereby they get to understand ukuthi this is how they are getting to be prepared to face the difficulties in the world fraternity, especially if they transition into the world whereby they start being senior players. So we see now ukuthi Amajimbos qualified to knockout stages. Those players that are playing there, you have to give credit to teams like Golden Arrows, giving Boysen a chance to go and represent South Africa. Emile Witbooi from Cape Town City, Maralete from Mamelodi Sundowns. We have Tebogo Mlamngeni from Kaizer Chiefs. We have many good players, only to name a few because but those are the ones I'm highlighting because of what they are bringing to the club, because their input it is very visible, and you can see they are working hard. So which takes me back to Morocco, because I think Morocco is the only club in Africa that I can say it is in the same road as South Africa, whereby they are making sure they allow my youngsters, allow these youth players to be exposed to such kind of tournaments. And it all started 2022, if not mistaken, whereby they had a comprehensive plan whereby they were going to allow Olakia to make sure the football in Morocco evolves in such a way from the senior players, from the senior team to the youth teams, the women's teams, you can see they are doing well in all those groups because of what they made sure they invest, and they made sure they give access to these youth players in order they can be able bakwazi ukudlala at the world stages. Because you can see not so long ago under 20 Morocco, they've won the World Cup. Now under 17 are participating, same as the South Africa, they are participating in World Cup. In Morocco, women are doing great. The senior team 2022, they were the semi-finalists that knocked out the Portugal from a World Cup. So it simply means if you have people that are leading you in the right direction, everything about you will become a success. Because now we see the fruit of trusting in our youth structures. Because now we know very well we will have very soon we will have a succession plan whereby under 17 have to transition from under 17 to under 20. Under 20 will have to transition from under 20 to under 23. Under 23, most of them will make it to the senior team. So it simply means other tournaments or competitions that we need to give credit to tournaments like Abo Ine multi-choice disc challenge, because they give exposure to these youngsters. Because now I can mention our teams of PSL, but every team has a player that comes from a development. Every team has a player that comes from their own reserve team, and that helps the club because they know good if we teach them from an early age the grassroots of the clubs. When they transition with the senior team, it becomes easier for them because now we saw a player like Oshandra Campbell just got an opportunity to play for his first season with SuperSport United. Now he's at Club Brugge. We see Nkota. Nkota came from a reserve Orlando Pirates, but via in a school of excellence. So that simply means Guti is not only about Guti's focus and give credit to the youth structures of these clubs that we know, but also Stars of Africa. They helped the clubs Guti Batole, these kind of players. A school of excellence, they help the clubs ukuthi kube nama players that get to those youth structures whereby ukuthi they will get to be introduced and have access to the training facilities of what that make sure that they shape them to become the players that they are. But let me not dive deep into this thing because I was just brushing it off because I wanted to highlight the importance of having a succession plan and making sure that you have the right leaders that will make sure they steer you in the right direction. So my main focus was on Kaizer Chiefs, as always discuss about the Kaizer Chiefs, because kuyaziwa vele ukuthi imbofana when it comes ukuthi ikhiphe imali for abadlali kwesinye isikhathi kuba nzima and we cannot run away from the truth because I've read about a story from Mike Makaba about Ukobamelo Korisang, a Sundowns player that is loaned to a certain Tabra Portugal, but it was supposed Guti aye Naturena, but Naturena didn't make any offer, so it simply means Guti they saw Guti le mali dingekayo anesilunga, because to be honest, Kaizer Chiefs will always miss out on the best players when it comes to recruitment. Because of what? Imali abangeke bayikhiphe that is needed from the parent club. Because you know very well Guti, now if you want a quality player, the minimum is around 15 million to 20 million. But if you want the top qualities, mele average lapayana udlalele lapha kuma 20 million. Because we know very well Guti, if ever a price cycle up, they look at the age. Okay, age still on his side. Same as Ukobamelo Korisang, ulapha yakuboma 24, and he played his trade for 6 years Gupi Portugal. So it simply means Guti, the experience that he has is in abundance, whereby Guti it was going to help the club that was going to sign him. Since assignwe yini Mamelodi Sundowns, but Mamelodi Sundowns since ngazathi it didn't fit like a glove in their squad, so that's why they decided to kumlona back. But it was said Guti Kaizer Chiefs be interested in the player, but what stood in their way was the fact that this player Ukobamelo Korisang was a player for Ibraga but was loaned to Moreirense, whereby they had mele if bafuna ukumthenga there was a certain fee that was needed ibhadalwe. So obviously as we know Mamelodi Sundowns vele yibo abaphathi bemali, they made sure ukuthi bayikhipha le mali because they know that is an investment. That's the thing uFleming Beck ahlezi I stress ukuthi I don't mind ukuthi kukhishwe imali as long we know ukuthi this player is young and we know very well ukuthi it can be a huge investment for us ukuthi at least in these years that he will play will measure his longevity and will make sure ukuthi also he will repay the money that we paid him with when it comes with this winner competitions. But for a team like Kaizer Chiefs, it becomes difficult for our agents because one thing that you must know, if you see a player being offered by Mike Makaba to Kaizer Chiefs, just know it is because of 3 reasons. Number 1, he's a free agent. Number 2, it is because he's no longer performing. Number 3, that player, his transfer fee is below 5 million. Or at least I can say the maximum can be 6 to 7 million. But below that, just know Guti angeke abalethele lo player or Mike Makaba. That's why we're gonna say Guti Mike Makaba is always offering the best players to Orlando Pirates or Mamelodi Sundowns. But to be truthful, kuluma in imali, because we know very well Guti these agents obviously before looking at the best interest of the player, they look at the best interest of their own. Guti mini commission if I have 10%, mele ngenze sure ukuthi this deal materializes because I have to earn as well. But now for Kaizer Chiefs, it will always be difficult because if I can count the last player that we bought with a huge amount, I think by 3 bakuhleli ku same price tag. It's Ashley Dupreez, Sibongiseni Mthethwa and Roshwe Ntuli. All of those players bathengwe nga 10 million. But laba abanye it is below 10 million. So it simply means Kaizer Chiefs, their business model, as they always say, they can't buy a player that is worth more than the price of the league that they are competing in. But now the thing every time you're always gonna make an excuse with my clubs awafuna ukuthengisela iKaizer Chiefs, because now we understand ukuthi in the party that we are at or we are going with, young players are in demand, and whenever they are selling a player, it doesn't matter ukuthi that player has developed for isikhathi esingakanani, i-development yakhe isezingeni elingakanani, but they look at what ukuthi the number of good years that are still remaining for that player, with even if when a team that is going to sign him will bet on his potential alone, obviously they will benefit from that. That's why we see a player like Abu Gavi, Abu Yamal, uzokuthiwa market value yakhe ilapha ehamba kubo billion, because of what they know ukuthi the potential alone yombeka phi umdlali. But now for us as the Kaizer Chiefs, one thing that ehlezi isibulala every season, because we know very well ukuthi we won't buy players with the amount that is high. But the important thing is to know ukuthi if ever things don't go our way, we don't get the kind of players that you want, we must know what it is because of what? Guti, the price tag was high. So obviously Kaizer Chiefs couldn't agree on personal terms with that club, because they know very well ukuthi bona their business model ihamba kanjani. So Mike Makabe said ukuthi ngabe i-deal vele ifinalize, but manje ke Kaizer Chiefs didn't make an offer, and we know very well ukuthi yini ebacoshile, because I think if nje estimate, I'm not sure le amali yakhishwa iSundowns nayo ihamba lapho kuma 20 to 25 meter to date, because I'm not certain. I was trying ukuthi ngisearch for the price, but bengaveli, because kuma price vele lawa ma transfers, they are always speculation, same as ama salaries. We won't know a salary of a player, but most estimated. That's why wagcina sabantu but he uDoli is earning 1 million, wayiphika ke leyo nto uDoli wavelwa wathi angiyazi mina indaba. But la ngikhuluma ngendaba ukuthi Kaizer Chiefs will always miss out on the best players because of that reason, the price, because we always know ukuthi when the Kaizer Chiefs want a player, they inflate the price tag. So it simply means ukuthi they know ukuthi Kaizer Chiefs, whenever we inflate and the price, siyabacosha. So kubacosha kwethu kuvula ama opportunities for other clubs to sign them, because they know good we have direct competitors in Orlando Pirates and Mamelodi Sundowns. And then you'll hear people saying ukuthi Kaizer Chiefs izowathola apha ama quality players, because most of the quality players aya ku Pirates, aya ku Sundowns. So there's nothing you can do. Kusho ukuthi nabo ke if bayafuna lawo ma player mele bathenge ku Pirates, bathenge ku Sundowns. But we know ukuthi akwenzeki lokho, because now player malisuka ku Pirates leya ku Chiefs simply means say free agent. Malisuka ku Sundowns leya ku Chiefs say free agent. So obviously ama agent at some point angeke wablame, but iKaizer Chiefs nayo ine role edlalayo in terms ukuthi ama fans wayo angaliboni iqiniso leli elifihleka ngaphandle kokuthi we are blinded by the love that we have for the club. So I don't know what's your sentiment about this, but this is it for today.